Well, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. There's the timer. Okay, so I know I'm live. Woo! What a past 24 hours. Good grief. Oh man. Wait a minute. There we go. Good morning. What's up, Bo? What's up, Bo? So yesterday I was doing my reading and listening and getting ready for notes and I was listening to your show. And as I was listening to your show, Bo, I got a uh, Facebook Messenger from my next door neighbor. What's up, Herman? I got a message from my next door neighbor that said, "Hey, your hot water heater has to be busted. You've got water spewing out of the side of your house, um, and it's soaked the yards." And I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of weird." Okay. So I go out into the garage, our water heater's out in the garage, and there's pans dry, there's nothing, but I hear water running. So I go to the side of the house, and the overflow is just gushing water. And it's gushing water to the point where it has created a nice little rut in the dirt next to the house. And then the water is, I live in the middle of the street. We have, if you look, there's the street. I'm in the middle of a long street. It's probably 5 miles, and I'm probably right in the middle of it. Well, on one side, so about 2 miles down, yeah, it'll be a real nice water bill. All the way down, and then all the way around into the gutter, there's just water. Hey, Zach, all the way around. So, yeah, my water bill, I'm going to have to negotiate with the water company because apparently it was running for a very long time at full and just soaked the yard and then soaked all. So, we call it, I got it turned off. I called a plumber and I got the water at least to stop running. Well, the plumber was supposed to come by the house last night and didn't. So we haven't taken showers. We haven't used the hot water. We don't know if the hot water heater is not leaking water now. It's consistently, we have hot water, but I don't want to jump into a shower or run anything and have the risk of the hot water heater. That's true. That's very true. Better than it being in the house, because then we'd have another completely different problem. But yeah, so I was dealing with that until lunch. And then after lunch, I was going to work on the podcast, and I didn't feel like it. I said I'd do it later. And I had talked to Ken about an hour the night before on just a strategy of putting up some cards, and I wanted to do that. So I started going through a full set of 1994 Upper Deck Collector's Choice, and I figured I'd count the cards and see if it's got a full set, and then put them on sport lots. 30 minutes tops. Well, what I found in there was this variation. Okay. We had a main line break in the house a few years ago. I never understood how destructive water could be in only a few minutes. Water is a force that doesn't care where. Yeah. So we're lucky it didn't get into the house. It all ran out into the yard. I can take a bag of dirt and fill the rut. I'm not worried, minimal damage. It started to, we tapped it, it sealed. I think that we don't know what's going on. So until the plumber gets here today, We know that we're at least safe, and I check the water heater probably every other hour to make sure that it's okay and not running again. So, but I found this variation, and the variation is, if you look at the bottom here, that's a white bar. So normally it's a black bar. So every single one of these, including the Jordan, has that white bar. And then there's another variation, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it here or not. Well, this first letter right here is supposed to be silver, and it's white. And every single one of these, including the A-Rod and the Jeter, are white letter. So, and that's including, and it also has the Jordan. So it was a complete set. So I spent most of the afternoon yesterday putting up these variations on eBay, and then spent the rest of the day putting up the rest of the autograph and relics that I bought from Matt Haas. And that ended up being about 30 cards on eBay and 600 cards on Sportlots being put up yesterday. So I tell you that to tell you, by the time I got ready to do the podcast, it was 6 p.m. Kim walks in here and says, "You need to, yeah, they should fetch some nice money." The close calls, I've actually underpriced some of. Good morning. The close calls, I've kind of underpriced a couple of them, and they're going for about 30 on ComC. The King Griffey Jr. and a couple of the others I listed at 30 and 35. And then the lesser stars I put at 20 to move those quickly. And then these I put Preston Wilson and all of them at 5, and then the A-Rod and Jeter I put at 10. They're underpriced. They're undervalued on eBay to move. I didn't think. I try to put stuff out there and leave enough what they call meat on the bone to be able to, if someone else, I don't like price gouging. So I try to make sure that the pricing is fair, and that's part of the pillar is making sure that pricing is fair. But once I got done with that, it was 6 o'clock. Kim walked in and said, "Hey, you need to take a break." I ate dinner last night, and then I caught a massive stress migraine. So about 7:30-ish, I had taken just migraine, as much medicine as my stomach would handle, and then I went to bed. So no podcast was. It's written. It's right here. It's written, but I just didn't. I didn't get. Nope. Zach, I want to personally say thank you for reaching out and making sure that I was okay. I thank you very much. Herman, appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. But Zach, thank you very, very much. I created organization. So I moved all my eBay cards to here. It is a 3 divider box. It's got basketball, football, and baseball in it. It's got a little bit of hockey, but not a lot. But I have now moved to a larger eBay box, and the next step, probably within the next week, is to move to something like this. I am now 300 listings on eBay, and that was the goal by the end of the month. We're talking about putting up 20 to 25 cards per day. So productivity, Bo and I are probably going to talk on Sunday afternoon. I might record it and just throw it up on the show, on both of our shows, because sorry for sipping coffee in your ear. I needed something on the throat. I think it's going to be a good conversation, but we'll decide later. But that'll tell you pound, brother, pound. I make myself laugh. But a larger eBay box, 20 listings a day. I'm up to 300. I thought I wouldn't get there until mid-month, and I did it within the first week. I'm gonna continue to try to put on. I've got cards already laid out to put on today. I don't think I'm gonna get to everything. What I'm gonna put on second step are, and I'm showing these just the Topps Future Stars. I'm a Future Stars member, and I don't know if I'm going to put them on as a set or if I'm going to put them on individually. If I put them on individually, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 sets so far that I have. The only one that I've sold was the SOCKER. What is your plan for March? You're going to do on the unsold listings from this month? Yes, they renew. They automatically renew. So I don't unlist them. I don't. I the only thing that I might unlist and put on Trading Card Database or Sport Lots are the 1990 score baseball. I put them out there for $1 each. There's a couple that I've got for $2 to $3. There's not a lot of traffic on them, and I do promoted listings. So the stuff that doesn't have a lot of traffic to, I'm either considering either delisting or pulling the listing off until another time. So that's a decision I'm going to make down the road, but everything still is up there because I promote the listings. It helps with traffic, and traffic is very important as far as making sure that your store. It's part of the conversation I want to have with Bo about listing and traffic, and he's got a couple more years on me, but I think I'm using SEO techniques that he's not. So it's going to be a very interesting conversation between us on Sunday. But neither here nor there. There's going to be some adjustments that are going to be made once we transition into baseball with my football listings or my hockey listings or basketball listings. I don't know if I'm going to delist them, if I'm going to leave them out there. It depends on traffic. It 100% depends on traffic, because you want that eBay listing or that eBay engine to constantly be churning. So sales were not bad yesterday, even though I did catch that migraine. I had a surprise listing sell, which was awesome and amazing. I didn't think that it would sell, and I thought I was going to have to pull the listing off, and it actually sold. So I was ecstatic that it sold. But sales were not bad. I've still got a couple of orders to pull. I'll do that before I start working on the podcast this morning, because I want to make sure I get them into the mail. Let's see. I have some orders to create, fill in this morning. Yep, did that. Podcast this morning. There's not going to be a podcast next week. I'm already decided there's not going to be a podcast next week. What's really awesome, I sold a piece. Dude, that's awesome. That is so awesome that you sold a PSA 9 Tom Brady. That is so cool. That is, congratulations. Oh, but clear eyes, full heart, can't lose. Right there. Please tell me y'all know what that's from. That's a question for Monday. If you know the answer, give me a Twitter. Tweet me, let me know, or say it in the comments if you know what that's from. It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. But that's awesome. Congratulations on selling that Brady rookie card. That is cool. That is cool. If you have any more, holler at me on Twitter. No podcast next week. What's really cool is that, dude, you know it. You know it. You know it, Herman. Yeah, Friday Night Lights. There's a story I'll tell you, Herman, about Friday Night Lights. Remind me, and there's a story I'll tell you offline. We need to talk this weekend, by the way. No podcast next week. Come on, man. You think that the Texans are the because my boxes of Top Series 1, one of them already has a shipping notification and I have a tracking number, and the other one should have a tracking number today. So next week is Series 1, baby. Series 1 is next week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which is normally podcast days, I'm going to be head deep down into Series 1. So won the Brady in a contest over the summer. That was my only one. Would have kept it, but he was wearing that. Yes. But Series 1's out next week. No podcast because that's going to be my main. Yeah, I got tracking from Blowout already, Herman. I don't from David Adams, but I got tracking already from Blowout. That's what I'm going to be concentrating on next week is, I can't wait. I cannot wait to bust those 3 boxes open. Oh man, I can't wait. And if I had a cool way like Herman and I may talk about, I may go live and bust those boxes live. How cool would that be? Series 1 retail. Yes. No, it will be delayed. Dak, if you go back and watch Herman and Mai's Monday night show, Herman has, or message Herman. Herman has the dates of when Series 1's going to be, retail's going to be released. There you go. David Adams wants to ship it until the 10th. No, I hope not. I'll be pissed if that doesn't arrive until after the 10th. But the blowout I already have. I'll be disappointed because I want to rip all 3 of those boxes at once and do it live. That would be so cool. But yeah, feedback score. My feedback score. Let's see, how are we doing on time? I know we're going to go a little over, but I don't want to go too far over. Feedback score. I've been working hard on my feedback score. It's all positive, but it's only like 100, and site says they won't ship until they're released. I think that is always delayed for me, but Blowout I get on release day. Dang it, I should have bought more on Blowout then. I was more concerned about price than I thought they would ship it. Well, then I'll do 1 box live on ship day, and then we'll figure it out on that. That's my Twitter notifications. But I'm working hard on my feedback score. What I learned for me on feedback is that I don't give feedback unless somebody gives me feedback. I did that once and I got a positive, but a really nasty message. And because I did feedback first, I didn't get a chance to respond. Well, now you can. There's a way you can respond on eBay, but when that happened, you couldn't respond back. So I don't give feedback unless feedback's been given as a seller. I want the chance to be able to respond. So my feedback is a little slow. There's probably 100 that I'm waiting on. Only get 1 out of about every 10. Yeah. Then mine is okay. I'm probably around the 60%. But I'm trying to work on getting my feedback score up because that's important. That's important, and it's important to me to keep it positive. Topps Future Stars I talked about. I don't know if I'm going to put them up individually or if I'm going to put them up. You can reply to feedback. Yeah, now you can. The reason why I am hesitant, but now I just automatically positively upon payment. I think that okay. Well, I did December's. I have not done January's yet, but this is why. This is a Louis Robert Stadium Club Top Future Stars. There's not many of these out there. There wasn't like mass printed. There's only probably, I would say, less than 10,000 of these printed. So they're part of this set, this Future Stars set. And this is 3 months ago is when they printed this set. That helps hobby box buyers if retail is delayed. Upper Deck used to release their flag a week after release, starting with. Yeah. But these are these stadium clubs. I don't know if I'm going to release them or if I'm going to do them individually. I may do that set individually and then everything else. Or I may do this one individually as well, because it's got the Tatis and it's got, where is it? The Bichette, as well as Dustin May. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that, whether I'm gonna put them up all as one or if I'm gonna put them up individually. If I put them up individually, that project's gonna lag. But if I put them up as a set, it may go faster. I don't know. I have to take a look and see how they're listed on eBay. But right now, the plan is to do them together. I didn't know. I did really well selling all those Future Stars singles. They sold right away. Okay, so I may do them singly and do it that way. You and I may have to talk this weekend as well, so that I can figure out the strategy on those. But I didn't know Steph had a blog. So about the card, Steph, I saw his Twitter post, or it was actually, I think it was Ange's Twitter post about how to carry your cards on a blog, and I didn't know he had one. So I found a new 5-minute distraction, which leads into the next topic, and I'll probably go about another 5 minutes, and then that's it. So I've been studying social media and the time suck that is. One of the theories of thought is post what you need to post. Okay, cool. I think it is Angela's too. I wasn't 100% sure. One of the theories on social media is to get in, drop your content, and then get out. Don't scroll down. Don't watch. Don't get into it. Don't pull down. I think it's a 50-50. That's what they said. Okay, cool. Then it isn't. Okay, that's awesome. Then I will specifically make sure to follow that, so that, because Angela's awesome. I'm going to follow the same thing of dropping tidbits and leaving. I do get some, I'm guessing, selling individually because of the player collectors. Yep. We'll most likely maximize what you get for them. Okay. Thanks, George. I'm a little behind on watching your videos because I didn't get to catch up yesterday. So I will catch up on your videos probably this weekend. We're not going anywhere. We're still under COVID until Monday. So on Monday, we're released from our 10-day COVID deal. So I'll be able to. I still don't plan on being anywhere on the 9th, because the 10th is when I should get that box. But next week is when we're released. Final thought. I have been cranking country music in the afternoon, and I mean like 3/4 of the way up, cranking music. To help focus. If you can't tell by watching the videos, all 18 of them so far, my brain is very train of thought and very all over the place, and it takes a minute for me to sit down and concentrate on something. It's the way it's just the way that I have an inner fight with myself about that very topic, prevents me from engaging in meaningless debates. It also severely cuts back on. which is why I don't jump down on blowout form and why I'm afraid of blowout form. The thing is that many player collectors want them as soon as the product's released, so you may be better to sell sets at this point. Okay, no worries at all. I'm slowing down on videos these days. Okay, thanks, George. But as you can tell, I'm very, I have 3 coping mechanisms that I use to help me focus whenever I really need to. One of them is coffee, and they're all vices. They're all vices. And number 2, you've seen them. You've seen them on Monday nights rips with Herman. I chew on cigars. I've told the story about me dipping and swallowing the dip when I was younger, which is why you've got this in my country is why you've got this little slow draw East Texas thing, but that's why I look like I have a dip, because I used to dip, and I use cigars as my coping mechanism, as my second coping mechanism. Well, because of COVID, I haven't been able to get cigars to chew on. As well, I can't get them delivered. None of the Walmarts around here will deliver them, and I can't go pick them up. So that leads to the third coping mechanism, which is music and cranking it up in the afternoons. Well, the drawback on that is I get a song earwormed into my head all night long. So all morning long, I've had an earworm. You know what I mean? I've had one of those going through my head all through both shows and all through this show. So I have to find a better coping mechanism until I can get out. So that's my final thought. Coping mechanisms on how to concentrate when you can't use the coping mechanisms that you currently have. Herman, that's for you. Wait, no, that box is for you. Bo, that one's for you. Jeff, Jeff watches these later, so Jeff, that one's for you. Those are my boxes to ship out. So if you see the boxes gaining, so that's what I got. Support your local LCS. I really appreciate everybody's support, everybody's love, everybody's just. I really appreciate everybody just being part of my hobby and part of my community. All the support and all that you love that you give. It means a lot. You're in my prayers every morning. Every morning I pray for my tribe, my community, my hobby fans, my hobby family. Know that you're in my prayers. And if there's anything specifically that you need me to pray for, I will definitely send that message up to God. Thank you for your support. Support your local LCS. This weekend's hobby hotline, I will not be engineering. I'm going to try, yes, like Bo. I'm going to try to not be on. Every time I try to not be on, I end up jumping. But I'm going to try not to be on and just listen tomorrow morning. Bo, I'm setting my alarm so that I can make sure that I watch tomorrow morning. And Sunday morning, we're not going to church because of COVID. So I will set my alarm to try to watch you on Sunday as well. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for all your thoughts. You're all in my prayers. And God bless and have a great day and a great weekend.